Jack Wickham writes, "Hello, AMC. Me personally, I'm cautiously optimistic about Terminator Genisys despite the spoiler in Trailer 2. But my question is, if Terminator Genisys underperforms or bombs this summer, could Paramount cancel their plans for the new trilogy?"
Yeah, Paramount has some very ambitious and aggressive plans for the for the Terminator franchise at this point. They have some big plans. However, to quote the great Mike Tyson, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And if Paramount takes one in the mouth, if they release Terminator Genisys and it makes $28 million on its opening weekend and ends up losing the studio $70-80 million, Paramount ain't going to be getting in line to make the next one. Those plans will get cut. The film that I always go back to with stuff like that is the studio had these big plans for a full trilogy of Aragon, the one about the dragons. Remember that? They were going to make a full trilogy, and they put out the first one, and they had Jeremy Irons and John Malkovich, and that movie was so bad and bombed so hard, and they set it up at the end for the sequel, but it didn't matter. The studio lost tons of money. They're not anxious to lose more money. They kill their plan. So if it bombs, and I don't think it will. I think Terminator Genisys will do just fine. But if it does bomb, those plans go right out the window, Christian.
I think that it's got to do a little bit more. I mean, obviously, bombs, no way. But I think it's got to perform well. And I don't think it has to have a great critical response, but I think the fans have to like it.
Yeah.
I think if the fans see this, because a lot of critics might be like, nah, they've lost it. They don't know what they're doing. But the fans come out and say, look, I enjoyed it. I want to see another one. Then, they'll make another one. Look, John Wick got made. Different franchise, smaller movies, smaller budgets, but because the fans and people really responded to it, and it wasn't a mega hit. But if you have Terminator out there, which people want a good Terminator, we haven't had one since Judgment Day. We haven't had a really good Terminator. Do I necessarily think that that's going to be this movie? No, but I hope that it's good enough that they will get another one, that they maybe can do some more, make some improvements on it. I hope that this spoiler thing from the second movie was, like you said, that it wasn't necessarily a spoiler, that it's just a plot point that pushes us into something else. I don't think that's the case, but I hope it is, because I want to be shocked. I want to love this movie because I want to see it go farther, because I thought the Sarah Connor Chronicles had some really good episodes too, and it furthered the mythology. So I want to see this mythology furthered in a good way, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, Mark. Jack, I'm with you. I'm cautiously optimistic about this film, but even more so than how it performs at the box office. Yes, of course it has to make money in order for the two sequels to get greenlit, but I think when you make a point about the mythology, I think the mythology has to make sense, and it has to be digestible in some capacity, because they really started to get wonky the last couple movies, and so it looks like they're trying to bring it back to what Terminator was really all about from the first two films. If they can keep that, and they don't have to keep it simple. You don't have to cater to us like we're simpletons, but you have to make it to where we can appreciate what's happening and want to go see a sequel and be like, what's going to happen next, as opposed to how are they going to ruin this time travel element even more. You got to make it cool for us to want to go see more.